OMG! We have some YouTube drama! Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. Go buy it, baby. I need your money, money, money. And there is some serious drama going on between Meet Kevin, my stepbro, and Mariusz Skonieczny. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. So Mariusz Skonieczny has a YouTube channel with approximately 7,400 subscribers, something like that. And apparently he's been trying to reach out to Meet Kevin for a long time to talk about particular stocks that he's interested in. Now, Mariusz is big into microcaps. He actually has a whole program, website called Microcap Explosions. And I've actually met the guy. I went on his channel once, and he went on my channel. Now, recently, Mariusz made a stir because he emailed Meet Kevin, and he actually paid Meet Kevin $869, get it, 69, for an interview. Now, this is something that Meet Kevin's offering. It's pretty new, and some people support it, some people don't. In my opinion, if you have 1.8 million subscribers and you have massive opportunity cost, I can see why you would charge that amount of money. But some people don't like when I say that, so I'm here to please you guys, okay? I'm a people pleaser. Yeah, right. So Mariusz scheduled this interview, and Meet Kevin's team responded. So let's go through this. It might be a little blurry on the screen, and I apologize if my camera freezes. I can't go live because if my kid starts crying, I gotta go get him. So let's read this email. Hi, Mariusz Skonieczny. We are uninterested in helping, promoting, or talking about your pump and dump microcaps. We are also uninterested in helping those who have lied about our work, brand, and efforts. Has he done that? I don't know. We are supportive of critics who are honest and would gladly have an interview with them for free. Like me. Well, actually, Meet Kevin pays me $2,000 a month, apparently, because we value honesty and fair criticism. That'd be nice, Kevin, by the way. Come on. However, you have baselessly slandered our company. We encourage you to get your facts straight before spreading disinformation and lies. Man, this is just brutal. Sadly, it doesn't seem facts and accuracy matter to you. Oh, boy. Man, Meet Kevin's on a tirade. I wish I got one of these emails from Meet Kevin. As such, we can only imagine your intentions of pumping penny stocks. If you're confused, watch your own videos and ask yourself, do I have evidence for my claims? And when you realize you don't, you'll understand why we're uninterested in discussing anything with a liar. Woo! We've refunded your money, which you should see it arrive by Friday. Thanks so much, Team Meet Kevin. That's a pretty savage diss. Okay? Now, what are my thoughts on Mariusz? Do I think he's like a full-on grifter? No, I don't. I think he actually does know some stuff. And let me tell you why. So you go to his website. I'm not like fluffing him, okay? But he's not, I wouldn't say he's a fraud. Not in the slightest. You go to his website, you see he has Classic Value Investors, about Mariusz. He's the founder of Classic Value Investors and Microcap Explosions. He's the author of 11 books on the subject of investing. And he actually sent me some of his books. And one of the books is like a very basic primer on accounting. And I skimmed it, and it seemed legit. Like, he isn't teaching you advanced accounting, but do you really need to know that for investing? Well, like, maybe. I don't know. But he has some legitimacy, okay? The one issue that I have, and I don't hate the guy, but from my personal opinion, I don't like talking about penny stocks. It's a very dark, sketchy area. And if you look at his channel, it's very easy to get the impression that, he may be, pumping and dumping. You look and he's interviewing CEOs. I've been contacted by, some companies too. They're like, hey, you want to interview? I'm just not into penny stocks. So, you look at his channel and I could see why people would think he's a pump and dumper. But I wouldn't accuse him of that. Because number one, I think he actually has a process and he actually does do due diligence in his stocks. He actually, just talking to the guy, he actually calls the CEOs. He has them freaking send him documents. He does very in-depth analysis. And his whole plan is he wants to buy a microcap that nobody else is looking at and hopefully see it explode, which I don't recommend you guys do that. Here's my thoughts. I don't think he's a fraud. I don't think he's a fraud. I don't think he's a grifter. Is he a liar? I don't know. I mean, I don't see him lying. I don't know him well enough. I wouldn't say immediately he's a liar. I think he has understanding of fundamentals. And you read his book, you skim his book, I mean, it seems like he kind of knows what he's talking about, okay? But when I listen to him, personally, if I wanted to speculate on microcap stocks, I would dedicate no more than a couple percentage points of my portfolio. Now, Mariusz, I think that's basically all he does, which is fine. That's his freaking money. But as a long-term investor and somebody that's like, decently knowledgeable of markets, I'm not a freaking investing genius. I'm an accountant and I buy index funds. You got to be really careful buying these types of stocks because a lot of them are massively unprofitable. There's just a lot of inherent risk, and there is a lot of scumbaggery in the microcap market, which he acknowledges that. He even talks about gold miners, which I think is great. He talks about gold miners and how they're a freaking scam. They 100% are a scam. I bought a gold miner of $500 because of freaking alpha status stocks. I was like, okay, these clowns are going to cause a pump and dump, and I'm the one that got pumped and dumped. So we'll leave that at that. My $500 is not $500 anymore. But I fully knew what I was doing. I was like, okay, these clowns are going to try to pump this stock. All these other channels were dropping the videos on this stock at the same time. And I was like, okay, maybe it'll spike and I'll make some money. Maybe not. We'll see. And of course, I lost that bet. So I would not call him dishonest. I think he's pretty honest about, the risks of microcap investing. And if you want to watch his channel, I'm not against you watching his channel. Just be mindful that sometimes people are paid. I don't know if he was paid. Some people are paid to bring these CEOs on. Now, if he actually believes in the company and he has money in the company and he gives a responsible message like, hey, you shouldn't put a lot of money in this, and he has the CEO on, okay, it can be informational. But you got to be really careful. So this email from frickin' Kevin was savage, okay? Now, Mariusz has a response. You can go watch his video. And, he's got some pretty good responses because Kevin has done some sketchy stuff in the past, okay, with, some of the stocks that he's, like, kind of promoted and the cryptocurrencies that he's promoted on his channel. Kevin is not an angel. Nobody's a freaking angel. So it was a pretty interesting watch. I actually watched the entire thing, and it's usually not very, very common. But you should go check out his video. Me and Kevin canceled our 20-minute coaching call, but that was pretty freaking vicious. I didn't know Kevin had that in him. But, I mean, you can go check him out, but in my personal opinion, you should not put a lot of money in microcaps. Of course, he would disagree with me. That's fine. Nobody has to agree, but it's insanely risky. And he probably does way more due diligence than you're ever going to frickin' do. So that's my thoughts. I don't think he's a scam. I think he engages in a very risky business, and if he makes money on it, great. But does that mean you're going to make money on it? Maybe not. You can still learn stuff from his channel, and if you want to speculate with a couple percentage points of your portfolio, that's perfectly fine. And you might even get 100x. I don't know. Maybe you will. Not my cup of tea, personally, but it won't hurt. But do not, if you see stocks on his channel or somebody else's channel, in my opinion, you shouldn't go all in. But he's I think he was interesting to talk to because I was curious how he, goes through these stocks and finds ones that have potential. He talked about high gross margins, basically high gross margins in management, really understanding the business and actually talking with the management. That's probably something you should really consider. So that's kind of my thoughts. I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy, but like I said, just put money in freaking index funds, please. Okay. And if you want to speculate and you want to read some of his books, I thought his accounting book was decently legit. I mean, it wasn't like, advanced mathematics and accounting, but it seemed legit. It talked about some of the basics. So I don't think he's a moron in the slightest. But, everybody's got a different investing philosophies. But I just wanted to highlight that. Obviously, I was pretty entertained by that. Me and Kevin was pretty savage. All right, that's it. Talk to you later. Cheers!